Hey everybody, welcome back. You ever had one of those days where you just have a craving for something all day long? I don't know what it was, but all day long I've been craving red beans and rice. So we're having red beans and rice for dinner, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. I'm just nibbling on the Andouille sausage. You don't have to put sausage in it, but if you do, you want to use Andouille. I just got the Johnsonville, New Orleans Andouille smoked sausage. It was easiest I could find. It's already pre-cooked, so all we're doing is just warming it up here in the pan. And I like to slice them kind of thin, and you gotta be careful because they like to roll all over the place. But I'm doing mine, instead of doing it from scratch, usually I would do this with dry beans and let it cook all day, and well, at least 2 or 3 hours so they softened up. But since I was having this craving and I need to go fast, and I don't have 2 or 3 hours to wait, I'm using canned red beans. And I just got 4 cans of those that I've already rinsed and let them sitting there drain. And I used the whole package of Andouille sausage because I love sausage. I already had 1 whole onion in here, medium sweet onion, and a half of a green pepper and a half of a red bell pepper. I put them in and had them cooking already because I want them softened up. And since this isn't going to cook for 2 or 3 hours, I wanted to get them soft now. If it was going to cook for 2 or 3 hours and soften up the beans, it would definitely soften them up too. Let me get this out of the way. So I'm just bringing these all together. Basically, I softened the veggies. Now I'm just getting the meat just a little bit warmed through, so everything else isn't cold, or when I put it in isn't cold. I'm gonna grab some flour, and I like my beans a little thick with the gravy. So I'm just gonna put in like 2 tablespoons of flour. Just sprinkle that around in there. And that's just gonna thicken it up as it cooks. Now, if you wanna get this all mixed in, get that flour paste cooked out of it real good. And I've got this over about a medium-high heat. All right, I've got white rice going on over here. Looks like there's a little lump here in the middle. Let me flatten that out so it cooks evenly. So to this, I've got, and I'll put the exact measurements down below in the description. I've got parsley, I've got sage, I've got thyme, I've got just about 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I've got, I think, 1.5 teaspoons of the Cajun seasoning and a tablespoon of sugar. That's just going to bring down the flavor of the tomatoes that I'm putting in. I got like 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And put that in there. And this is another thing you just want to cook down a little bit, caramelize. That already smells good, and I don't even have the seasonings in it yet. Okay, so now I'm going to put all the seasonings in all at once. Get them all combined and incorporated. Let the oils and the flavors start blooming out of that over the heat. And right now it kind of looks like a paste with, there we go. Paste with all the meat clumped in it. That's going to change here in a minute. Okay. Now I like to push it all back because in the bottom here is a lot of the caramelized tomato paste and flour. And we're going to use about 3 cups of chicken stock. So we're going to use about 3/4 of this. I'm just using my home canned stock. So we'll put about 3/4 that in. The reason I pulled all that back is I want to pour this in, and it's immediately going to let me wipe all that off of the bottom. That's flavor. You don't want to lose that. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Get that all rubbed out off the bottom and around the side. There we go. And let me get a little bit more in there. That's about 3/4. Now I'm going to leave this here because depending on how thick this gets, I might want to put a little bit more stock in there. I am, after it's cooked for about, I don't know, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I am going to take the masher and mash some of the beans. That helps thicken it up too naturally. So I've also got 2 bay leaves, and I got about 3 tablespoons of crushed or minced garlic. I'm putting that in as well. That all mixed together. And depending, I usually use 3 cans of beans. I don't know why I opened 4 cans, so I might have to put that extra stock in here. I am going to. All right, so I've got this up on probably about number 8. I'm actually just going to put the whole quart in there, so that'd be 4 cups. Get this all stirred together. Remember, when we're done, we got to pull out that bay leaf. Now you can taste it now for salt and pepper. I know I'm going to have a lot of pepper in it. And I put a little bit of salt. And we're going to taste it again at the end because I don't want to over salt it now. Because there is no salt in that chicken or stock that I use. Actually, I looked at the lid. I didn't pull out chicken stock. I pulled out turkey stock, saying it'll just add a little bit different flavor, but it's going to be delicious. Let me give this a taste. This flavors already taste good. Tastes great together. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit here and simmer for about 30 to 35, 40 minutes and keep checking on it, and I'll be back. Okay, hey everybody, we're back. I did put the lid on this. I put the lid on, let it simmer on about a medium low for about 15 minutes. And then I uncovered it and left it on a medium for about another 15 minutes. When I took the lid off, I did take my potato masher and I mashed up the beans a little bit. So you can see that it's nice and thick. And that's the way I like it. I like the broth, but I like it thick. So I'm just gonna scoop some of this up. I don't know what it is about beans. I grew up on cornbread and beans. When I stayed at my grandparents, my mom's parents, that we'd have cornbread and beans 3 or 4 times a week. I thought that was natural. I thought everybody had that. But then everybody started teasing me saying, oh, that's poor people food and old hillbilly food. Well, I'm glad I got all that old hillbilly food because now I eat that stuff nonstop. And any kind of bean now is really great for me. So let me get some of this rice. If you guys saw earlier, I did had some green onions. I cut those up. Just gonna put that right on top there. Put little green onions on here to make it look pretty. And for the taste, because I like green onions. And we'll just give this a taste. Still steaming, but let's see. That's what I was craving, comfort food. Nice, thick sauce, broth, whatever you want to call it, gravy. The beans, I taste the, wow. The sage is coming through, that's what I'm trying to say. I can taste the sage. That's really good, it gives it a more in-depth taste and flavor. So give this a try. You can change it up if you want to make it more spicy. This has only got about, I'd say, 1/8 of a teaspoon of red pepper or cayenne pepper. It is a little spicy. I like that. You may not like that. Leave the cayenne out and just have the red beans and rice. You can add in hot sauce at the end, which I'm going to put some hot sauce on this too, and spice it up however you like. That way your family, everybody can have their own heat level. So give this a try. Call it my New Orleans red beans and rice with Andouille sausage. It is delicious. It's going to warm you up on a cold winter day. That's all I can say about it. It's just delicious. I want to get back in here, so I'm going to let y'all go so I can get some more of this. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'll put all the ingredients down below in the description, and I'll also put it on my website, gregs-kitchen.com. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. You know I'm going to try to answer every single one of them. If I don't get to answer them, at least I'll hit you a heart. That way you'll know I read it. And I'll talk to you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.